accident.
Now, let's set the story.
It says, wait, let me read it. It says, wishing you a Merry Christmas from friends. And let's wait until.
Professor Dupnot had 10 cockatoos. He was very proud of them.
Every morning he jumped out of bed.
He took a shower and he cleaned his teeth, as he always did.
He got dressed and he tied his tie as he always did.
He adjusted his spectacles, as he always did.
And he went downstairs.
He went to the conservatory, where all his cockatoos. There are all his cockatoos, every single one. Professor Dupnot threw his arms. He said, "Good morning, my fine feathered friends." Every morning he said the same thing. The day came when his cockatoos thought they would go mad if they had listened to the same word once again. They decided to have some sport with Professor Dupnot. One after another, they escaped through a broken pane of glass and discovered the corner of the conservatory. Next morning, Professor Dupont came into the conservatory and threw wide his arms. There was not a cockatoo inside. Where could all the cockatoos have got to? Professor Dupont went to the dining room. They weren't there. Can you see if you can spot any cockatoos?
Yes, let me see if I can. Oh, let me see.
But tell me don't, because then it'll spoil it for the others.
No, because we have to do for the others. There, the green thing with the black things.
He went to look in the kitchen. Hortense, the cook, was there, boiling an egg, but there weren't any cockatoos. He went to look in the bedroom. They weren't there. He looked in the bathroom. They weren't there.
He's not looking. Let me see if I can find them.
There! He looked in the laboratory, but they weren't there.
Wait, there's some.
I read that one. He climbed a ladder and flashed his torch around the attic. They weren't there.
La 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 la. They're there.
He even climbed up to the roof, but they weren't there.
They're up the chimney.
Professor Dupont went to look in the garage. His car was there, but there weren't any cockatoos.
They are behind the chair.
He went down into the cellar. He couldn't see any cockatoos there.
They're in the shelf.
Professor Dupont was at his wits' end. He couldn't find any cockatoos anywhere. Where could they possibly have got to?
They were on the stick where the curtains hang.
Professor Dupont spent a restless night. The next morning, he jumped out of bed. He took a shower and he cleaned his teeth as he always did. He got dressed and tied his tie as he always did. He adjusted his spectacles as he always did. And he went downstairs. Professor Dupont went into his conservatory. There was every single one of. There were all his cockatoos. They were always where they always were. Every single one. Professor Dupont threw his wide arms and said, "Good morning, my feathered friends. Some people never learn." The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Wait.